Um, Hello. I read the Delaney selection, and the question was, do I agree or disagree? I completely agree with what he said because it's so many people. Well, let me start by saying this. In reading, the bio and saying that he had all these jobs and how and it was crazy for somebody like a black person to have all those jobs and have obtained all the all the education to even be considered something like that, like a physician and all this other stuff. And in, I guess I would say, in America, even in like my other classes, I'm learning about how people are valued by either how much money they make or the value they hold in the world. And by being all those things he was, holding all those career titles, it's like it's amazing because you were restricted. You're being black. You're not supposed to be able to do all that. You're not even supposed to be doing all that because not too long ago you would get killed for even knowing how to read. So it said. I mean, it goes to the whole attainment and equality as far as how can so many people want to be considered equal if you're not even willing to really, how hard are you willing to work for that equality? Yeah, granted, a lot of people say about talk about the affirmative action stuff going on back then, but it's just a matter of like a dog chasing after a car. Okay, when you get the car, what are you gonna do with it? And that's a lot of things like now. A lot of black people protest about being equal and all this other stuff, and they want equal rights and stuff. Not saying they shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, you should. But when you get the same position as the white man has, how are you going to keep it? Do you have what he has to keep it? And a lot of people, not too many people do. They don't. A lot of them don't have it. They just want it just because just to be, just to feel like they're not being left out. But at the same time, although you hate to say it like this, but you do have to be better than the white man because right now he is what's considered to be the best or the highest up. So whoever is that highest, even if it was a Mexican, even if it was a Arab person or a Pakistani person, you still have to be better than them. You still have to be able to go and do whatever it takes to get that high, to get to be on the same level, to be equal to them. And just like you said, if it's not only just to have what they have, but to be able to think like they have, to be able to learn the same way they learn. And a lot of people can't do that. So it's like, you want to be equal, but what are you doing to be that equal, to be considered equal? What are you doing to not only just say I'm here because I'm black and they had to have me here? Like in so many like private schools and stuff like that, they have to have a certain amount of, non-white people, but it's just a matter of how do you set yourself aside from just being I'm here because I'm black. And even the same thing goes for women. How are you setting yourself aside to say, oh, I'm here because I'm a woman, because they had to have a woman here to be considered equal? You need to be better than a man, than the average male there. You do, because you need to be holding your value instead of complaining and saying, oh, well, I deserve to be there. Okay, if you wholeheartedly believe that you deserve to be there, then how are you going to show them? You need to be able to show them that by getting the same education and knowledge that they have too. And although it is not just about, the learning and going to school and all that, it's really not. It's just a matter of I guess the will and dedication and the discipline that some people had to have to get to where they are. Do you have that to be considered equal to this person that you're in competition with? Um, and about the part when he was saying about generational change as far as people thinking about, well, my ancestors was in slavery, but the thing is, you're not in slavery. And we, as black people, I can't say the same thing for white people because I'm not white and I don't know too many generational problems with white people. But being black, we have this thing called generational curses and all this other stuff. And to me, and like he was saying, if your parents were slaves, your parents were slaves, then a lot of people have that mentality because it's just what they've grown up in. But the thing is about that is, think about that is, I don't call it generational curses anymore. It's generational choices, generational decisions. If you're gonna be picking cotton and working for a white man like your parents was, like your parents was, then yeah, you're gonna probably have the same problems that they had. But it's up to you to change that. As far as stop being a consumer, be a producer. That so many white people are. They are producers. So when are you gonna make the decision to say, you know what, I'm not gonna complain about what the white man has or what opportunities he have, and I'm gonna make my own opportunities. But it's just a matter of the same time you waste complaining about what the white man has, it's the same time you could be using to figure out how you can get what he has because he is at the top of the totem pole, and how are you gonna get there with him? Um, what else did I write down? Oh, about honorable competition. Uh, I think like he said, Delaney said, it's just a matter of, I don't need your help. I just want to make sure we run a fair race here. And I think a lot of black people get stuck in that rut of help. If my grandmother went to social services to get food stamps and Medicaid and all that other stuff, my mom did it, so I'm going to go do it. And more than likely, my children will go do it. And you can't do that. You can't keep thinking like that. You can't make that a career. You can't make that, like I said, a generational choice, a generational decision to say, I'm not gonna, well, the government's there for me, so I don't have to work but so hard. So I keep having these babies because I know people who do that. They keep having these babies because their grandparents was on social service, went to social service, got food stamps. Their parents did the same thing, and now they're doing the same thing. And now their children are probably going to be doing the same thing because they just think, you know what, it's easier that way. But at the same time, you want a white man to treat you with equality, to present you, to serve you equality. How? When you're not even trying to even get in the competition, or you have, it's crazy. Like, you have to think, like, at what point are you going to say, you know what, let me not apply for these food stamps, see how far I can get without them? Has anybody in has anyone in your family ever said, let me just see what I can do if I give myself the chance? And that's it. The thing is, are you giving yourself the chance to even pursue the equality that you're preaching about? And a lot of people don't. A lot of people, they really don't. They just think, I'm just gonna get that help and I'm gonna just get above water. And you cannot do that. If you want to be considered equal to the white man to get what he has, because he's no different from you. He breathes the same air as you, bleeds the same blood as you. Blood is red just like yours. So how can you be considered equal, or how could you want to be considered equal if you're not even giving yourself the chance to? And to me, I think that's really the bottom line. If you're not giving yourself the chance, how can you really complain about it?